Hello, good morning. Welcome to Atlanta Family Church Prayer Vigil Day 54, I believe it is. It's nice to see everybody here. So the first thing that we would like to do is just offer our bow to Heavenly Parents and True Parents. So if you just join me. All right. Janjin Champumonim Kyumbe. Paro. Let's do the family pledge. 1. Our family, the owner of Chonongguk, pledges to seek our original homeland and build the kingdom of God on earth and in heaven, the original ideal of creation, by centering on true love. 2. Our family, the owner of Chonongguk, pledges to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the Heavenly Parent and True Parents. We pledge to perfect the dutiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, and divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. 3. Our family, the owner of Chonongguk, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingships, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love. Number 4. Our family, the owner of Chonongguk, pledges to build a universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is a heavenly parent's ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love. Our family, the owner of Chonongguk, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and the physical world as subject and object partners by centering on true love. Number 6, our family, the owner of Chonongguk, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the Heavenly Parent and True Parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love. And 7, our family, the owner of Chonongguk, pledges through living for the sake of others to perfect the world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. And number 8, our family, the owner of Chonongguk, pledges having entered the era of Chonongguk to achieve the ideal of God and human beings, united in love through absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, and to perfect the realm of liberation and complete freedom in the kingdom of God on earth and in heaven by centering on true love. All right, I would like to ask Mrs. Matsunaga, would you be able to pray for us this morning?
Let us pray. Good morning, we most lovely heavenly parents and precious true parents. We are here gathered together in front of you. Thank you for this opportunity to start this new day with Atlanta community members centered on Pastor Ilya Hack and Pastor Diane Hack. We are living together with a true mother. Now, golden time for the God's will. True mother really want to offer her attention to heavenly parents 24 hours. We couldn't rest. We want to help and work with a true mother. She's already 8 years old, but still she stand up strongly front line, fight with secular world. We really want ourselves to strong, and we want to be really God's sons and daughters, and you proud of your God's children. We really still far to be second true parents, but we really want a grown up. Please help us to lift up our spirit, and we can guide other people bring back to God's side, because God's how much suffering to see our your children, the people suffer. We want to release so much pain because of God's pain for heart because of us. We really new determination through Mother give us special grace to start new this day. We always thank you to Heavenly Parents, true parents, give us the life so precious on this earth. We pray for all the people, how much precious each one of us, if they have a different situation, difficult situation, but we want to overcome this through Mother and through brothers and sisters. Please guide this prayer time to understand deeply more through Mother's heart, through Mother's situation. And we can start this day for you, Heavenly Parents. Really, really thank you this time. I offer in my name, Hideshita Asako Matsunaga, Central Blessed Family. Aju.
Ju, thank you so much for that very heartfelt prayer. I feel like the prayers are getting better every single day. Everybody's prayers are growing over this time with the Atlanta Family Church's prayer vigil. So thank you so much for that that prayer this morning. And really, really feeling it from the heart. So thank you. And so we're going to go ahead and just jump into breakout rooms to talk about our gratitudes. And so I'll see you all in 7 minutes. Oh, hold on. See you all in 7 minutes. All right. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. If you're watching later or watching right now, if you like to share with somebody that's nearby as well, that'll be the best. And if not, then reflect on your gratitude, because it's still good to start or continue your day with some gratitude in mind. Thank you. And I'll see you in Good morning. We already started our breakout, so I'm just going to go ahead and put you in a breakout room. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us back in the main room. All right, I'd like to ask two people to share today. One of them I would like to ask Mr. Gordon. Would you like to share this morning about your gratitude?
Good morning. Yes, my gratitude was for the sisters because I noticed with the morning prayers that there's such a deep resonance of heart with just a deep well of heart when it comes to prayer. I don't know if sisters may have a closer connection with heaven, but they seem to resonate more with heart. You can feel it in the emotion of the prayers of the sisters that have been praying. And also, so I'm grateful for that. And also I noticed with pledge this morning, all of the pledges end with in true love, centering on true love. So even after over 40 years, we're still trying to understand true love. And I'm grateful because we do have the example of our true parents through their autobiographies and through their life example. We have a insight and of actually what true love is. And so that's my gratitude today. Thank you.
Thank you. I think, yeah, prayer was really, really good. And yeah, I agree with the family. I think family pledge, sometimes we read it monotonously and just thinking, not even thinking about what it's saying anymore. But I was actually going to say after this morning that, you know, the family pledge is something that we have to just maybe sometimes like try to like reread it on a time that it's not during prayer vigil, because then we actually see the words again. But because I feel like the family pledge is obviously, I think we all do feel this, but the family pledge is obviously very, very strong and very basically a good pathway for us to understand about centering on true love or anything else that we have. So thank you, Mr. Gordon, for your gratitude this morning. I hope we can, I love how you always really love the prayers. So that's good. Really enjoyed that. So, all right. I would also like to ask Mrs. Tramberg, would you like to share your gratitude this morning?
Good morning, brothers and sisters. So I was sharing is I'm so grateful that all the brothers and sisters in our community, the family, that everyone's really working together for to this coming Parents' Day, and I'm so grateful we can celebrate this National Parents' Day as a holiday with the whole community. Because we are witnessing that this secular world is really promoting wrong culture. So the absence of God, absence of man, absence of parents' light, and so many things are happening in the culture. It's really, this is a different, the communist theology that really influencing our culture. So that's why I really feel this is we must create our Hebrew culture. And then God give us this gift, the National Parents' Day as a holiday. Already 19 years passed and we did not celebrate. And then our true mother's honest desire is our movement to become a majority, not minority. That in the past, our movement was so persecuted, and then we are called as a cult. But how are we going to change the culture as calling people calling our movement called a cult? So I really feel this National Parents' Day is our movement can become really majority, and the people can really, they cannot say anything because this national holiday is the proposal idea came from our two parents. So it's amazing that truly our movement to become appreciated to this society. So that's why I'm so into this Parents' Day. But so many brothers and sisters, they are bringing family and the children, and then also many people are helping each other. And the Catherine called, like all the Catherine Eileen called, send the ACLC ministers the invitation, the thing, and then we are so grateful to everybody helping. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And again, Parents' Day is going to be celebrated this upcoming Sunday. If you didn't know already, it's going to be at 4:00. So please join. And honestly, a very beautiful event. I think Parents' Day should be more. It's already officially a holiday. It should be more actually professed even outside our movement as well, because it's such a strong day and it's such a beautiful day to have. So thank you, Mrs. Tranberg, for your gratitude this morning. And thank you for all that's been supporting as well for Parents' Day and that are even coming for Parents' Day. So we're really grateful for that. Yeah, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Mrs. Tranberg. Thank you, Mr. Gordon, for your gratitudes this morning. We're going to go ahead and jump into the reading. We're on chapter 10 of the book. By the way, everybody, we have read together past 285, and I believe there's only about 300 something pages. So we're actually almost through the whole book as well together. And of course, we could have done it alone, but it's great that we're doing this as a community. So thank you, everybody. All right, so chapter 10, the challenge of realizing a heavenly world, the bright continent. When you go to Africa, you will see it is rich in red and yellow hues. Some areas are covered in fertile red soil, and others were ochre-colored sand. I've been told that Africa means mother or sunlight in different languages. Unfortunately, multitudes of Africans still struggle to acquire the basic daily necessities. European colonizers exploited Africa's riches and did not invest effectively in its development. Many who held a strong belief in God enslaved and enchained their fellow human beings, considering them bereft of a soul. Too few lent a comforting hand or helped them find a way to live, and still fewer gave them words of Christ's love and hope of salvation. The sense of profound grief I felt when I first stepped onto African soil in the 1970s remains in my heart. Over the years, my husband and I sent missionaries to Africa. Rather than invest in buildings or our own churches, these missionaries worked to assist the local population by erecting schools, opening clinics, and building factories. Their gallant efforts were humble contributions in helping to better the lives of others. Nonetheless, their altruistic endeavors did not answer the question on everyone's mind. Africans would seek out Unification Church missionaries and pastors and ask, why do we have to live in such misery? When are true parents coming to save us? Do true parents truly love us? What do true parents think about Africa? When these heartfelt words crossed oceans and reached my ears, I felt called. I answered back by going to Africa. However, despite my best efforts, it was difficult to meet and speak with everyone I wanted to see and address the myriad complex circumstances afflicting each nation or tribe. Africa's complexity is evident in the multiple faiths, ethnicities, and languages throughout the continent. French-speaking Africa, English-speaking Africa, Islamic Africa, Catholic Africa, and more overlaying the histories of conflict among tribes. I prayed, how can I help these continents' wounds and bring harmony and oneness of heart? As the decades passed, we built the foundation to bring together public sector and private sector leaders of several nations, including traditional chiefs and religious leaders, to discuss universal values, interdependence, and mutual prosperity. I cannot forget the date, January 18th, 2018, the day we held the inaugural 2018 Africa Summit at the Abdo Diouf International Conference Center, CICAD, in Dakar, Senegal. The theme and our hopes were ambitious, building a heavenly Africa through interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values. His Excellency Macky Sall, President of the Republic of Senegal, and several former leads of state and prime ministers, as well as current cabinet members, parliamentarians, religious leaders, and leading figures from every sphere of society attended the summit. From Algeria in the north to South Africa in the south, 1,200 representatives from 55 nations gathered. The Universal Peace Federation was hosting its largest ever summit in Africa. This picture, I believe, of the Prime Minister as well included in this picture. Yes. President Goodluck Jonathan and Dr. Thomas Walsh at the African Summit. Oh, former president. Okay. This is June 7th, 2019. While Koreans back home battled piercing winds and heavy snows that froze the entire nation, West Africa was blessed with warm winds and the equatorial sun. When I stepped off the plane in Dakar, the sons and daughters of Africa welcomed me with great enthusiasm, even taking my hand with tears of joy. Following my keynote address at the summit, many of our nonprofit organizations' transformative initiatives that were actively underway in Africa were introduced. The Say Maud New Village Movement, the International Peace Highway Project, and the Sunhawk Peace Prize. Furthermore, through our sponsorship, the International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace, the IAPD, and the IATR for Peace and Prosperity were launched. On June 8th in 2019, presenting the FFWPU flag to Prophet Samuel Radebe of South Africa. If you don't know, he had, I think, millions of followers as well. On the evening of the summit plenary, the Little Angels of Korea held a special congratulatory performance. Mesmerized by the Little Angels song and dances, the audience cheered and applauded. Throughout the performance of the drum dance, the fan dance, the folk wedding dance, and Ariram, the audience was moved to tears when the Little Angels sang the Senegalese national anthem in their language, and Senegal superstar Ismaël Lo hit the hit song DB DB Rek. Everyone was uplifted in a profound sense of brotherhood and sisterhood permeated the halls. Loud shouts and laughter heightened the sense of hope and joy felt by everyone. It was just the next day that I took the ferry to Gori Island, just off the coast of Dakar, to offer a prayer for the liberation of Africa from the historical pain and suffering caused by the scourge of slavery. God's embrace ends all tears. Until 2018, I had never heard of Gorée Island. It is located just off the coast of Senegal in West Africa, thousands of miles from Korea. However, as our World Summer Africa 2018 approached, I forged a profound relationship with the Gorée Island. The bean-shaped island of Gorée is not a tourist attraction, drawing visitors from all around the world. As the ferry sailed from Dakar Harbor across the Azure Sea towards Gorée Island, tourists from various countries, enthralled by the scenery and atmosphere, were chattering in wonder and taking photos. However, intense pain arose in my heart. I already was feeling that the bitter tears of grief shed by thousands of slaves in transit through that island could fill the world's oceans. The beautiful island of Gorée that we were approaching must be the most sorrowful island in the world. Dakar is located along a continental protrusion on the west coast of Africa. It is the closest point of transit from West Africa to North America and Europe. This geographical location may be used for good today, but for nearly 500 years, it was used in the transatlantic slave trade, one of the history's cruelest and most inhumane practices. When European missionaries came to Africa in the name of Christ, some were righteous, but there were also people who failed to remain true to Christ's essence, who prioritized the monetary interests of their respective nations over Jesus' teachings. As Europeans, colonizers, and their local collaborators exploited the God-given natural resources of Africa, they invested little in educating the people. Instead, they dehumanized and enslaved much of the indigenous people. From the 15th century on, European colonial powers flocked to Africa, plundering the continent's resources and enslaving the local populations. Men, women, and children were placed in chains, forcibly taken to Gorée Island, shipped off to slavery in Europe and the Americas. While at Gorée Island, captives were chained so heavily that it was nearly impossible for them to walk. They were starved until just before being sold at auction, when they were force-fed a diet of beans so they would gain weight. If they became seriously ill aboard the slave ship, they were thrown overboard into the ocean. The once peaceful island of Gorée was a slave camp filled with screams, tears, and grief. The slave trade continued for hundreds of years. It is estimated that more than 20 million Africans were sold into slavery, many passing through the slave house on Gorée Island. No one knows how many innocent lives were lost at sea during the voyage. As a true mother, it broke my heart to know that such atrocities were committed by many who prayed in the name of Jesus Christ. Knowing these things, I wanted to visit Gorée Island and liberate the historical agony and heartbreak of all the Africans who suffered due to the scourge of slavery. Okay. Let's just finish this up. The throngs of people taking photo of its historical sites easily overlook the remaining, actually, I'm sorry, let's just finish here. So the middle of 292. So really a hard time, or a beautiful time for mother to actually come to Africa as well. Just her experience and just her support in order to really kind of, I guess you can say, restore what Jesus's followers, and of course, we're not blaming Jesus here. We're just saying some of the followers were didn't do right by Jesus and didn't do right by the true parents, and really done wrong to Africa. And she was just trying to restore it in many ways. And I think this is a happy moment because it was also because mother came to Africa and actually tried to restore. The Messiah came to Africa and tried to restore what was done wrong. In many ways, they've sent missionaries for different purposes to really fulfill that, and really trying to reach out to a lot of leaders there. So I think, this chapter really talked a lot about the experiences there, and we can go ahead and go into the breakout rooms to talk about it more. So I'll see you all in 7 minutes. All right. All right. See you in 7 minutes. Please read it again if you need to, if you're at home or watching this later. Otherwise, also you can do anything you need in order to reflect or share with somebody that's going to invite you. Thank you. See you in 7 minutes. All right, welcome back to the main room. So we're gonna go ahead and just ask two people to share about their experience in their rooms. First person I'd like to ask is Mrs. Bowman. Would you like to share about, yeah, would you like to share?
Okay, I was with Coco-san and Bohenda. And the first thing, people in Africa, when Mother visited, you are Messiah. Please take care of our situation, reality. I can see the pure wishes they have. But you know that in order to accomplish that goal, it take a little time and effort and the cooperations. And also another thing I think about is a missionary who sent out in Africa from Europe. They are really, one way, really compromised with the authorities. And they are not pure enough to only focus mission work. Some of places we did, like South America, Galania mission. However, in Africa, and they are always a missionary, and authority is a kind of side by side. So we are just compromise each other. That's the kind of sad story I feel. Thank you.
Thank you for your sharing this morning. All right. Thank you so much for your sharing this morning and always going deeper. So thank you so much. Yeah, I would like to ask also one more person to share this morning. Actually, yeah. Mrs. Grice, if you'd like to share this morning as well. Oh, actually, yeah, Mrs. Grice.
Yes, I was in the breakout room with Sister Lebeau and I believe Sister Joyce and Mrs. Osama. Yeah. And we were talking about, African American and African and white people, like what your mother talks about. And I remember when I was blessed to my husband, I heard that African American and African is the same, because in Europe we have very little knowledge about, American history unless we study it at university. So I had very little knowledge, but very quickly, I realized what your mother said, what happened in America, I didn't know at all. Slavery and the impact of slavery on African Americans, especially one of the worst things I believe is the division of families from generation to generation. So this really cause a lot of problems and pain and suffering. And I realized that, you know, we cannot, even if we say sorry, that is not enough. So I realized that in my case, more and more, I have to go through situations African American women went through, maybe much lesser level, you know, that they went, but a little taste of what they had to go through. So I can understand, and I can cry, I can understand their heart. But even though I don't think I will ever experience the suffering and pain, you know, African Americans had to go through all this, through all the history. And I also believe that now, you know, everybody needs a therapy, not only African Americans because of the trauma, but also white people because it changed them in a way where they were not supposed to be. It's not their own real self. To treat, you know, another race as less than an animal, or, you know, so that was absolutely, you know. So yeah, a lot of healing still needs to be done, even if, you know, if we think that now we can just forgive and forget. In this case, we need to do more than that, you know, and yeah, be able to really be brothers and sisters.
Thank you. I think maybe we're sometimes somewhat of the same road. And I think agree with a lot of that, and really understanding the pain through my wife's story as well, to be able to understand that there was a lot of pain, I think, really here in America with just Africa and American relationship. And I think you're right. We have to, I think that's why true parents always say forgive, love, and unite, not just forgive and love. Because sometimes forgive and love, there's no action. There's no actual participation in creating something better. So we always have to unite at the very end to be able to find ways to do better. And thankfully, this world has been trying to push away the pain, but also trying to, like, you see a lot more interactions between Black and white, at least in America. So hopefully we can keep on that track and do better. So we can do better for, you know, just to follow true parents, and also follow Jesus's teachings as well, to get better and actually love each other and unite. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, but thank you so much, Mrs. Grice, and thank you, Mrs. Bowman, for your sharings this morning. And we're going to go ahead and jump into a song before we end with a prayer.
Wow.
All right, let us all rise. We're going to sing a couple songs together, starting off with Song of the Heavenly Soldiers. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful morning sunrise from above the land of our home. Robed in white. Robed in white, chosen people, fighting for the land of God. Towering high, the snow-white mountains stand aloft in majesty, ruling with power over the world, shining on the universe.
And we're going to finish off with a 7-minute prayer. And there's a few more Bowmans in the picture, it looks like. Sorry. Hello. We're going to go ahead and join it with our 7-minute prayer. So please feel free to unmute. Yes, start praying.
Thank you so much for this lecture.
Beautiful.
We want to remind and understand, declare God, counted in this just someone.
Father, today is the
Take out all this extreme excitement of the pen. We black people, but
Heavenly Parents,
the-
and you so
we don't
fast.
want to fix the
We
past.
have
Father,
We work so hard
Father, this halfway coming up to the past.
serve you more,
Father,
beloved.
we are so grateful
Beloved
that
parents,
that you
we want
provide
to
us
really
the community.
that the need our
Father,
parents is giving to us. Also want to help us, beloved parents, to get out of the independence so we can free
please,
investing
Father,
ourselves, beloved parents,
guide us.
can
Father,
bless us.
yeah,
Beloved parents, we
Mother
can
support
be here just being receiving
Father,
another people.
he,
More we
Father,
have this
give us
heart of
faith,
receiving,
give
we get
us
more
strength,
touched.
true love, true wisdom,
Heart for the God.
leadership, maybe
They
integrity,
help us, beloved
true
parents,
love, true mind.
to be the honor of love,
Father, thank you so much.
honor of
I know
forgiveness,
you are
for
the
the
word, you are
heart,
the time of
and then we can now, beloved parents, liberate our mind
Father,
and our
take
spirit.
care of
We
our
can
mind.
search for everything
Father, you go
in
beyond
man.
other time, your
Beloved
space,
parents, we want to ask your support.
full of love, full of
Both of our
sympathy
two
to the
parents,
heart.
the support
Heavenly Parents.
of the parents,
Father, we thank
all
you.
the good spirit to help
Please,
us for everything we cannot do.
guide us to this word.
Thank you,
Vision
beloved
for
parents, Father God.
for our values and divine, shining America that you can
Everything
see
that
the
we have
soul,
people
you
do.
see the flowers,
Even
the
anything
soul
we are,
breathing is
Father God. And
so
then even being here in
so
church,
violent, so
receiving
caring,
every
Heavenly Parents.
form
Father, you will change it.
in our heart.
No,
We want to overcome it and
that
become
on the wrong
victorious,
direction.
Father God.
Father, Father,
We take responsibility
Father,
for
desire to
what we
embrace
may do
the
and what we
world.
cannot do.
She went to
To see
America to embrace.
the heart of
You are love,
responsibility,
Heavenly
the unite of our new
Please,
mother.
Father, Father, Heavenly,
Parents, God,
can be, Father,
can take
Heavenly,
liberation.
through the
To know that mother will not
challenge,
come to do everything
challenge,
for us.
Father,
We
Holy
have a
Spirit, you bless
responsibility, beloved parents. We
us.
want to do
We
our
have all that
responsibility. We
set
want to do
forth
our
already.
responsibility
Ah,
ourselves,
not
beloved parents. We
the
want to liberate our heart,
yeah,
ourselves,
Heavenly Father,
heal and
we thank you.
ourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This mother knows everything, requiring everything. Mother, we want to become this heart of
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
everything we are doing.
Please be with our
Woman.
Father,
Loving
our
parents, we
Reverend
want to have
Damian
high understanding.
Yumiko-san.
Start to
Pray their
find
unity,
loving parents,
absolute alignment with you, the
standard of
unity with Juwan. Have
we
that
can
you can really manifest
ourselves
all Brother
by your
Juwan's
children.
strength.
Loving parents, Father
Heavenly
God.
Father,
Thank you
please
so
be with
much
them.
for all the
And
experiences
in your
we
heart,
have every day,
they
anyway.
pray that they can pray. They
Loving
can
parents, one day we know. Love all your children and we are not able,
to
beloved
come for
parents,
them too.
to
Please,
respect them
Jadi kalau flexion
Even though we don't know how to respect you, thank you, Holy God. Even though we
Father,
don't
you are
appreciate
leading.
Holy God.
I'm really about to praise
Love Heavenly
you.
Parents,
People that
want to respect
beautiful.
you.
Father, destiny,
Hello,
hope, Father,
and
different.
American or African.
Together, Father,
Raise the
now,
last so
Father,
we can stand on
please,
love.
Father, desire to do the
Let
40
the
union.
word for us
Bless,
to accomplish,
bless
Father God.
to King,
We want
Father,
to overcome
Lord,
the challenge
forward with
and
the
repent
Father,
always for
have
our failure.
unity.
Make us
That we
down
only
to spread more to
come,
love Heavenly Father.
Father, that
And the moment you want
in
to do
each one of us,
you trust
every
us.
parent. We ask
Make it
that your
easy.
presence in can make it
Grace and
easy.
mercy, God, and
The
sacrifice
gratitude you're
ourselves
happening
in our
seeing us,
desire.
Father. Please,
Break
Heavenly
down our
Parent,
heart of arrogance and pride.
guide us at this more
Heavenly
days,
Parents, so we can
Father, to
do
let it go.
with conscience
Please
to
guide us that
understand
our Father
how
put
to
some
sort
and they
the
put under
value
our
physical
is the consolation 40 days.
love Heavenly
Please,
Parents,
or 60
the spirit of victory
Father,
so we can
guide us.
stand with unconditional desire.
Father, you
And then able
we
to honor
how
Heavenly
how the
Parents,
people
like
reach
take the
out
balance
all
to stand up
how
in the
the
right
even on
direction.
ourselves
Love Heavenly Parents.
to revive.
This is Father. Thank
A
you.
revival. To be
You
born
every day,
again.
Father God.
To be born again.
So many things to
Your
restore.
spirit.
This is also
Please guide each
pray. We can
family
see from you.
that we can
Then if we
more and
restore,
more
we can come
for
everything
our
here. America will be
reality.
free.
God,
Father God.
Father, thank you. Please be with my
And then
comfort.
the spirit of becoming responsible.
Yes,
Love Heavenly Parents.
the mighty
And for you.
Even Jason Diabata. Your speaking
Father
microphone.
God.
Father, Mother, Alexander, Pastor
Hallelujah.
Trump,
Amen.
Jean, just ask your village goes through children, grandchildren, generation.
Alrighty. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the prayer vigil this morning, and we're going to go ahead and just go into announcements a little bit. And like Mrs. Chamberg said, the biggest announcement this week is actually going to be the that's happening at 4 p.m. Open doors tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'm so sorry. Sunday. I'm already in Sunday mode, but anyway, it's on Sunday, and it's going to be really a momentous occasion. So please attend and come. It's going to be at the church, and yeah, we have a great lineup of people coming. So, and then also announcement for today, we're actually going to have the international call from 9 to 12, 3-hour session again, and this is going to be at the Chuncheon in if you can go physically to the church, then that would be most ideal to attend this prayer. And again, we're going to get the link 30 minutes before, so changes every week. So we're going to be able to possibly send that out as well. And then the other big announcement that's coming is that we're having our on the 23rd, we're going to have the picnic / the sports festival. And I think this is just a great moment for everyone to invite their guests. And we want to keep emphasizing this. Invite your guests from work, invite the people that are in your life, invite some members that might have strayed away, because this is not a crazy like event, even though we're gonna be obviously in an open place for that. It's not going to be that kind of event. And so it is very much open for everyone to come, to have fun, have a fellowship, but then also for the young people, youth and young adults to also play some sports. And if you guys want to play some sports, we're going to do some tug of war as well. So we're going to do elders versus Yayem as well if you want. We can have some fun with that. But yeah, so please feel free to join on the 23rd. And it's going to be, I don't know if we already said this, but it's going to be in Stone Mountain Park. And if you don't know, it's called the Fireside Pavilion. Again, this is a $20 entry. So if you guys want to carpool, there's also a transportation team that's going to be reaching out to all of you as well to kind of figure out the carpooling situation and even try to bypass maybe the $20 entry if we can by carpooling with somebody that has a year pass. So that would be a possible. So watch out for the transportation team. They might call you and figure out some carpooling situations. So, all right. Other than that, those are the announcements. Yeah, we hope to see you this Sunday and for today's prayer vigil, as well as next week, Sunday as well, for that event. So thank you, everybody. And so I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye, everyone. Have a feel good Friday.
Bye, little
Have a
Bowmans.
blessed day, pastors. Have a blessed day. everyone.
Hello.
Have a good day. God bless.
Hello, hi.
Hi and bye.